Okay. I didn't know if it was recording. Yeah, I don't really do these videos, and I just want to say that I'm having a good week, and it's very profound to even say that. I know that a lot of people don't understand mental illness, they don't understand anxiety. I have family members who don't think I'm telling like some sort of truth. They think I'm making it up. And it's hard to get through every day um, with the fact, knowing the fact that people just don't understand what you're dealing with, and you have a hard time explaining it to them, and it's not just something you can just be like, oh yeah, I have this, and they'll totally get it. They don't. And I've seen many doctors, many therapists. I've tried a bunch of different medication, and I'm so lucky to have had a significant other who has been there for me through this whole process, and just so grateful for all the professionals out there who do that for a living, who help people like me. And I just want to say thank you. And I wouldn't be having a good week if it wasn't for all those people, if it wasn't for my therapist and my psychiatrist and my neurologist and my boyfriend and my mother and even some of my best friends and coworkers. And I've people that I know of anxiety who've been like, hey, I know how you feel, and that, even that itself, like, helps. This is when I first realized that this was a problem for me. I didn't know what to do. I felt like, oh, I can just handle this, and it just got worse and worse. And I think that many people don't realize what is happening until they hit that point, and it can be frustrating to go through life thinking, you aren't good enough, and you are struggling to take tests, and you just are constantly worrying about shit. And it's nice to know that you weren't crazy. It's the best feeling to realize this is something that I can actually make better. It may not be 100% curable, but it's treatable, and it's something that it's hard to explain. um, but yeah, I'm having a good week, and sometimes when I realize that I feel normal, it's an odd feeling. I don't really know what normal feels like. I pretty much been dealing with anxiety my whole life, I think, and since I was a child, I think when I really started becoming more aware of my surroundings, I think that's when it really started. And I'm a child of divorce, and um, uh, you know, my father is an alcoholic. I have been through uh, domestic verbal abuse, and seen physical abuse, and it's just one of those things that you have to deal with, but it's something that really changes a person's mind. And I did deal with depression. I still deal with it uh, at random times. It's not something that just you can just take medicine for and, oh, it's gone. This is something that you have to work with over time. And I think that it's very hard for people to deal with because they just don't have the patience. They may not have the compassion to try to empathize with that person, and understand how they feel, what they're really dealing with. And I'm so glad that I see so many organizations now and so many celebrities speaking out, or just well-known people speaking out saying, hey, I deal with this too, and this is something that should be talked about and something that we shouldn't just talk about, in whispers, or, you know, shun someone because of something that they're dealing with. I've been really lucky that I am not just sitting at home and unable to leave the house all the time. Like I'm very high functioning, as a person with mental illness and anxiety and some depression, and it just, it's good that I can actually live a life and people don't realize that I have. I mean, that's nice. It's nice that people don't realize that about me, but at the same time, it's definitely a part of me that doesn't necessarily define me, but it's a part of me, and it's just something that I think that we as a society need to talk about and make it more prominent. And with all the violence and everybody's talking about gun control, and some people are saying, hey, we need to help these people because they're mentally ill. It's just like, I don't think people should be just helping mentally ill because of the violence. I think that as a society, we need to embrace that, mental illness, whether it's addiction or depression or anxiety or bipolar disorder or, schizophrenia, or whatever it is. I think that we should be more supportive of those people. I'm pretty sure if you look at a crowd of people, about one in 5 or 6 people, I can't remember the statistic, but at least one of them is going to have a mental illness, and it's not going to be obvious most of the time. And I think that that's the hardest thing for people to understand. It's not really a physical thing. I mean, people can experience physical symptoms, but it's not something you can see, like somebody's coming down with a cold, or they have some sort of disease like heart disease, or maybe they have leukemia, or like a lot of those things are kind of visible. And maybe they have a bad hip, they have to walk with a cane or something. Like, that's a disability that's very visible. But this is a mental illness that can be a disability for many people, and it can be really disabilitating. And I've been in those positions where it has been disabilitating, because there are times, and I think that I didn't realize until I was really deep into therapy and really thinking about aspects of my life that could have been affected by my anxiety, could be a product of my anxiety, that I realized I spent a lot of weekends alone in my apartment, not leaving, just sitting in bed or sitting on the couch watching TV or reading. And this was when I was single. I didn't have a boyfriend at the time. I didn't necessarily have a ton of friends I would hang out with. Went to school, went to work. Every time I would come home from work on the weekends, I would just get in bed, eat something, get in bed, and throw on a TV show or a movie or something on my laptop. And I never really thought anything of it, but people would invite me out to do things, and I would more or less be like, yeah, I don't really feel like going out, I'm just gonna stay home. And a lot of people would be like, oh, whatever, that's fine. But honestly, there are times when I don't even want to leave the apartment now. I'd rather stay in the apartment, and if I need something, I ask my boyfriend to go get it for me. And he understands why I'm doing it, but at the same time, I need to get out more. I need to explore and stop avoiding those things, like leaving the apartment. I don't even have to leave the building. I don't even want to walk down the hallway to get mail sometimes, or talk to our property manager, you know, random stupid things that are just so little, but I think about it, I'm just like, oh, I have to get dressed. Oh, but I need to take a shower. Oh, well, what if they look at my face and I don't have my makeup on, or, you know, I need to put on a bra, or something so ridiculous, like I shouldn't go out in my pajamas or my whatever I'm wearing, you know, and it just gets ridiculous. And I think a lot of people who don't deal with it on a daily basis just don't understand what goes through my mind or someone's mind who deals with this. So I just want to put it out there. I'm having a good week. This post got really long. I don't post videos like this. This is actually a first for me, and I don't know if I'll be doing it more. I think that I would like to start posting things, but I don't really have a lot of time. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room. I travel for my job right now, and that's also really hard on my anxiety, and that's something that my managers just don't understand. They, or anybody really, they're like, oh yeah, it can be hard, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, yeah, I mean, there are literally like, there are days when I don't want to leave. I just want to stay home in my comfort zone, and I worry about, you know, something happening while I'm gone, or, you know, I'm not there for something. I missed some things that I just wish I was home for, and it bothers me for like the longest time. It is just like unnecessary long amount of time that it will bother me, and so things like that, and it's just gonna be really hard emotionally. That some people just don't understand why. They don't understand why it's stressful to travel. They don't understand why I get so worked up about things. I mean, people travel all the time like this. Yeah, I mean, it sucks for some people and they really understand it, but I think that, you know, for me it's a little bit harder. But yeah, if I have time, sure, maybe I'll do another video. I really just did this video because I wanted to say something. I'm not really looking for attention, and I don't know if I'll do this again. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you. If you did enjoy this video, that's great. I'm glad we all can have an opinion. That's actually a great thing about this world, is that there's black and there's white, there's good and there's bad, which is why, as much as I hate my anxiety, it helped me identify with certain things in my life, and I am definitely better for realizing it. So if anybody wants to reach out and say something nice, I appreciate that. If you have something mean to say, just don't say it, okay? The internet's already a big black hole of people trolling other people and being completely unnecessarily mean. So just, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just gonna delete your comment if it's possible. I don't even know. I'm not really sure what the rules are. I don't really do this all the time. Anyway, thanks.